preliminary part for round 11 of the Esso Saloon Car Championship, Roger Jones holds a slender lead. A packed crowd on the bank in the superb sunlight, and Odor is back again to make life difficult for the Sierra drivers. But they're having a battle among themselves, and David Pinkney has high hopes of winning it.
Everything's so close. The Nissan's okay, second ahead of everyone, but the next four of us are all within sort of 500ths of a second, so it should be a good race.
A posse of punctures caused problems at Brands Hatch for a lot of competitors, but Keith Odor was busy winning his class in the Spa 24-hour race. Here's the grid. Notice the times. Abbott there on a 53.96, some way down off Odor's pole time, but I think Steve Monk's time there is rather flattering the Nissan Skyline's performance. I reckon they'll be closer in the race as the pace car comes through. That lovely 6-cylinder beat of the twin turbocharged Nissan, really a remarkable car from a technical standpoint, as we've discussed. Matt Neal's carrying the outside camera, and we're seeing now a view down the side of the car there, a new view for us in this Esso Saloon series. And Neal, of course, who has lost the lead in the championship due to points changes, is going to be anxious to take it back, but Monk's in the lead. Monk is in the lead, Odor trying to get past him, and Monk there with the Sierra showing that he really means business, coming down there into the S's. Lionel Abbott also carrying a camera here with the Saab. In front of him, James Krakowski, who, shall we say, gave us an interesting start at Brands Hatch, and giving us an interesting look here into shorts as he goes very wide, loses a place, and Abbott nips up a place as a result of that. But through comes Monk in the Evans Holshaw car, and the Sierra here certainly making life difficult and going very well. The Hoosier car there in third place. Odor, the meat in the sandwich, and not going out into an early lead as up comes now Krakowski to try and go round the outside of the Saab. But he went wide before, he goes wide again, but on the straight, on the step straight as they come down towards the S's, it's highly likely, I think, he's going to make it. Lionel Abbott on the straight, there goes Krakowski, past him into the S's. He's on the outside and it's not the place to be. So Lionel's going to get it back again, I'm quite sure. And this has the makings of a fine battle. We're watching the BMWs now. This is Matt Neal's car, past Paul Ingram, who won at Brands Hatch. And onto the tail now of Steve Griffin, now happily recovered from his mumps. The man who could lead the championship, certainly had his points reinstated, and is right up there now. But that should be a good battle too. Let's have a look where they are as the cars come down towards us. Are we going to see now the Saab holding on to his place there? We're not looking back as far as the BMWs here. We're looking at the Sierra battle. Look at Monk getting it broadside there. He's right on the ragged edge. And note that alongside him now comes Odor, slots in behind. That car looks a lot more comfortable. And Odor, I think, sitting there, can pass, will pass when he wants to. Has a look at the outside there. He's not going to overuse the brakes, which if anything are the weak point on these cars. But Monk's still holding on to his place, and that looks to me as if we've got a change. Mackay, in fact, almost came through on the inside of the Hoosier car there, but just couldn't quite make it. It was a really good battle, as we were promised by the Sierra drivers, and Monk at the moment showing everybody the way. Graham Davis, smoke pouring off the Hoosiers. Still right behind him, Mackay. Mackay still looking for a way through. Here comes Odor, looking at the inside. No, can't be. And the Saab being dropped by the quintet ahead of him. Quite a significant gap between them and the front-wheel drive Saab, which, of course, next year, with a slightly larger engine, could be more competitive. Remains to be seen whether the four-wheel drive Sierras are in with a chance next year. We've got a spin-up, and everybody misses him, just about. That was Simon Weston. The Falklands hero, I think, has had tighter moments than that, but certainly wouldn't want to remember that one too clearly. That is Neal trying everything he knows. Simon Weston completes his three-point turn. Weston has gone very well in this series for a man of limited experience, thoroughly enjoys his racing. But here's the battle, and there a back marker, causing a few problems to Monk, who put two tyres on the grass to try and get ahead of him. And that could have been a change of lead. It wasn't, but I wonder what he did to the tyres. That could have caused some damage. In car with Matt Neal, still following Griffin, in front of them Ingram. Not quite sure where he did that because we recall him getting past a while ago. But Ingram is going to be under pressure by these two. Neil trying to go around the outside. Ooh, that was tight. And this is a rather different view to the one we've been normally seeing. And there's a tyre gone on the Saab. The Saab suffering from a tyre problem. This circuit can be hard on tyres. There has been a question raised about this, and certainly for racing tyres to go like this, it's pretty unusual. Here is Monk, right behind him. Still Keith Odor. Four-wheel drive, don't forget, on the Nissan. But although he has a power advantage, it's low-down power that counts here, and it would seem that Sierra has a slight advantage and can certainly stay ahead. Oh, there's a bit of rubbing going on here. Number 9, Dave Pinkney, has come to the head of that little battle, but not without a few battle scars to show for it. Here we go again. Angus Mackay has dropped back. The meat in the sandwich is still Graham Davis, but Graham Davis there showing a few signs of the close encounters. And Pinkney charging on. Monk spins it. Monk has lost it there, coming into Shaw's. Through and past him has gone Odor. Through and past him has gone the second, third, yes, just, and fourth battle. And Monk there has spun his chances away, and I don't think there's any way back as far as he's concerned. So we've got a change of leader then. Odor in the lead. The detriment of Steve Monk's tyres, that spin, I'm quite sure, will be felt later in the race. But Monk there, after a brave fight, has thrown that one away. As Lionel Abbott has a problem, he's changed that tyre. And it looks as if he's got another one gone, by the sound of it. So Lionel Abbott having some terrible tyre problems in this race. The Saab will no doubt limp in again. You can see what a handful it is, even at this speed. And that's because it's a racing tyre as opposed to a road tyre, because Saabs in these conditions normally handle very nicely indeed, I should tell you. Pinkney's got a problem. There's smoke coming out of that, or steam, or both. Either way, if it's steam now, it'll be smoke later. And Steve Monk could profit by this to the tune of at least one place. Into Gerrard's. Out of it, onto the Stead straight. But the Nissan, once in front, is going to take it all. Look at dislodging. That's a biggie. Off there with a cloud of dust. David Bartram off into the bank. And quite a lot of body damage there to the car. But David perfectly all right, looking at a rather sad sight down below. The tyres, of course, saving him hitting the Armco, which does give them some protection. As Monk is scrabbling to try and at least salvage something out of this. Like second place, which looks as if it's on the stocks. Slower cars in front of them could make just that much difference. Hanging back a little bit there to get the optimum line. And could have a go here. That'll be the place I'd look. He looked too, but decided that discretion was the better part of valor. Comes out tighter, grabs it, and makes Mackay look a little bit uncomfortable there, because Mackay went a bit wide. Out came Monk, and back into second place. A long way ahead is, however, Odor into his last lap, with a lot of back markers between himself and second man. Here is that second man, Monk, who was the leader, spun his chances away, but it's been a good drive nevertheless, and he has proved that at least at Mallory, a Sierra can do something about the Nissan. Here is the Nissan, in traffic, sorting his way through, nobody taking much notice of him at the moment. It doesn't really matter that much, but the blue flag there you would have thought might have given some indication that the quicker man was coming up to overtake. Finding his way through that traffic, though, is the name of the game. He's got time, he's passed, he's through. There is the flag. The Nissan wins. Once again, Keith Odor proving that he's got all it takes. Here's the battle for third. And that's Brakowski, who goes wide. In front of him comes Ingram. Brakowski's on the grass. Ingram's going to have third place overall. This is a tremendous achievement by him. Brakowski had to take to the grass there. but nevertheless he salvaged 4th place. It looks as if Matt Neal has got 5th. O'Donnell then the winner. Monk 2nd, Ingram winning his class 3rd, Rakowski 4th, Matt Neal in 5th place, and Graham Davis finishing in 6th. That's the top 6 in the Esso Saloon Championship here at Mallory Park.